Wyoming Republican Senator John Barrasso, member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. And, sir, thank you for your time. It's breaking news. Let's go ahead and react to it in real time. I mean, this is something that I don't think a lot of people would have even imagined 1 year ago. Your reaction first, Senator.
Well, clearly it's very good news. President Trump is reasserting American leadership, restoring American power around the world. When the President of the United States, President Trump, speaks, people listen. They hear what he says. Pulling out of the Iran deal, I think, was the right thing, and that sent a strong message to North Korea. If they want to deal with the United States, it's not going to be a lopsided deal.
My feeling was if he comes home empty-handed, that there's a big wild card out there with this relationship. But the fact that he did not come home empty-handed tells me things are still on track. What is your sense of that?
Well, I think things are still on track. The president is clearly knowing that the leader of North Korea is a ruthless dictator, and any kind of agreement that we make with them has to eliminate the nuclear weapons. It has to do the sorts of things that the Iran deal did not do. It has to be upfront. You make your agreements, and then after they get rid of the nuclear weapons, then we can do the sorts of things that we need to do with sanctions. You don't get rid of the sanctions first.
Yeah, it's, as you well know, Senator, that's a big ask, given having him give up his nuclear program. That's what his entire country's been built on. Do you trust him?
Not at all. No, it's not the old trust and verify. It's distrust and verify. We need the verification. We didn't get what we needed with Iran. We need a much tougher and better deal with North Korea than we ever had with Iran.
All right. President Trump, after he announced the nuclear deal on Iran yesterday, said this that was a second major headline. Just watch here.
We have our meeting scheduled. We have our meeting set. The location is picked, the time and date, everything is picked, and we look forward to have a very great success. We think relationships are building with North Korea. We'll see how it all works out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
You know, I think those last three lines are so critical. We think relationships are building with North Korea. I think we can agree on that as of today. We'll see how it works out. Maybe it will, and maybe it won't. I think that's where we are, Senator.
That is where we are, and the president is right. If it does, great. If it doesn't, the president is not unwilling to walk away. President Trump can walk away from a bad deal. He can recognize a bad deal, which is the exact thing that we've done now with Iran pulling out of that, which was a terrible, lopsided deal.
Yeah. On the Iran thing, John Bolton said earlier today, we're going to get the right deal, and that's the message we send to North Korea. There's been a lot of people on the left who have suggested you rip up the Iran deal. It sends a message to North Korea that you can't trust us. Ben Rhodes, who helped broker the deal during the Obama administration, was speaking with Axios yesterday. And what he said is that those who support ripping up the deal do not understand one fundamental thing. You have not thought about what happens in Syria or Yemen or Iraq or Israel or so forth. What do you think of that observation? And what would you say to that criticism?
Well, the Iran deal gave Iran lots of money that they've used for terrorism. We know that they have continued to do things in violation of what we would want in terms of strategic missiles, in terms of their ability to get a nuclear weapon. It may have slowed them down a little bit, but it is a path to the bomb, and they've continued dealing weapons to our enemies. Iran has not been slowed, has not been stopped. I think they've been enriched and emboldened by that last deal, which is why I'm so happy that the president has stepped up and boldly said, we're done with this deal. If the Europeans want to work in trying to make it a better deal, well, then I'm sure we'll be willing to listen. But it's going to have to be a permanent end to any kind of nuclear weapon development in Iran, get rid of the ballistic missiles, and no more of the activity to terrorism, which Iran really is the world #1 terrorist organization.
It is moving quite quickly, as I think you would agree on that. Senator, thank you so much for your time and observations. John Barrasso from Wyoming, thanks.
Thanks, Bill.